Good morning, guys. Mike Dixon from Stone's Bushcraft out on what looks like going to be a beautiful day. 26 the high, apparently. It's probably about that yesterday. As you can see, nice misty, foggy start. I'm literally about to head into the woods now. Hear the beautiful British bird song has already started. It's 5:30 now. Everything's happening. Best time to get out. Right guys, so you've taken the time to come out, to stay out, to bring your kit and pack for an overnight trip. You're walking through the woods, you find a nice spot like this. The wind is very low, the wind can't cut through either end, which means your tarp can be laid out flat or laid down, weather depending. Most inevitable thing to happen on most trips, normally your first trip out, is it rains, and that means we need some sort of tarp or cover material. What I choose to use is the DD Hammocks 3 metre by 3 metre tarp, and it's not an advert for it, but this is what I use. I have used it for about 2 years now. It's a very good tarp. It is wearing down a bit now, but it's still a very good tarp and still very waterproof. Let's take a look at the tarp right now. Right guys, so I've laid mine on the floor. What we've got is the structural ridgeline that holds it up on the outermost loops on the centre of the tarp. Connected to the ends are a prusik loop via a carabiner onto the end loops. Now we don't run our ridgeline through this, but only attach via prusik loop. This gives you a good sturdy setup. The top ridge lines that are connected to the tarp ran on the structural ridge line. This ensures that it is a good sturdy setup, and then we come back to the other end, which is attached via carabiner and prusik loop. Now you can tie these prusik loops straight to the tarps, but I use this so I can take it off and put another tarp on. So some might say, how do you tie a prusik loop? Well, you form a little loop with a knot however you want. This is a reef knot. You have your structural ridge line, you place the loop on, and we go through the loop once, through the loop twice, and we pull it tight. Now this only really works if you have a ridge line thicker than the prusik loop, but it will still grip either way and only release when you push that down and slide along. Tighten it up, you'll get stuck. So, tarp itself, we're looking for a good strong material that is fully waterproof, is seam sealed, which means the inner centre seam there has seam sealed tape glued on. You can see mine are quite old and wearing, but still fully waterproof. So what next? We need guy out points. This tarp has very good strong guy out points with anti-gutter corners, reinforced material there. This is some sort of leather substitute, I think. Yep. and we need guy lines. Now I have a no knot way of doing it up, which is a very good sturdy way, and I have a carabiner at the end this time. These aren't easy to take off, but they're very easy for setup, and I'll show you that now. So we're going to grab one end of our line, take it round the back of your chosen tree, and we're going to place it like this with this, the running end, the end. And we're going to put it round our hand, and we're going to go round the back of the loop and hold it open. And then we're going to stick this end through, forming a loop. Now this actually makes a figure of 8 on a bite. Just there. So it's quick release. Right guys, our next knot is the one that puts all the tension on the line. So we come round the tree. So we've got one end round. We go over and under the line, and we put it back around the tree. We pull it all tight, and we go from underneath, we go over and grab a loop, like so. We grab the tag end, we form a loop, and we put it through that loop we formed before. You see we've got this little tag end, a big loop. We then just stick it over and through, and then pull that tight. And there you go, that knot is all secure and the line is nice and tight. Right guys, you'll notice the natural sag line in the tarp. Looks like a hammock's in there. This is because I pulled the prusset loops tight on each end. It actually makes the loops there go up. So when it's all pulled down tight, it forms a nice straight, crease-free shelter to keep all the rain off you. Right guys, you can see all my lines are hanked. This means they are tangle free when I undo them. Tangle free, ready for use. And I'll show you how to do that now. Right guys, to hank a cord for your guy lines, you need your thumb and your little finger for this. And we lay it in the crook of our hand and we put it behind our little finger. And we try and get the guy loop on the hand. So you go around the back of the thumb, and keep crisscrossing it. You can get really fast at this. And what you want to do is leave a good metre to wrap up at the end. So we take it off our little finger and pinch in the middle, and then hold it. And then we do a backward wrap, and we start wrapping up towards the tarp, and then put our thumb in near the end, take it out, and we got a little bite. Stick the loop underneath, and we've got a nice quick release hanked cord. So the inevitable comes and you need to peg out. We have our line going down to a peg I made, and you can tie off to trees, but always comes a moment when you need to peg out. So what do? First off, if you make one, make it a good sturdy material. If you're going to use your axe, unsheath it. And first we're going to clear the ground so we can see the floor. And we're going to place the peg in, and we're going to put a palm of our hand upwards. Just in case you slip, you hit the soft part and not any fingers, back of your knuckles. It's nice and setting. We then get my carabiner, put it round the peg and clip it on. And then we tighten up. Right, so with my little setup, it is fairly easy to tighten this up. You just pull this down and it does grip on itself. That's it set. But there is another way, and that's to tie the guy line hitch. Right guys, so let's tie the guy line hitch. So we got our guy line running from the floor to our tarp, and we got the dead end and the live end. What you want to do, just go around the back, go through once, through twice, go through 3 times, and we need a longer tail, so let's just pull that up. So that's what we got. We then go this side and thread a loop through and pull it down snug. This line will lock on itself fairly easy. Pull against it, but if we push the knot itself, it'll come undone. So let's show you that again. So yeah, got the line, and we drop it in front. Go round the back and in between once, round the back, in between twice, round the back and in between 3 times, and let that go. Pinch these. We bring this loop round the back and over the top, but we thread a loop through, not the whole thing. This makes it come undone a lot easy. A lot easier than just threading it through, and that's what you're left with. And if we just quickly put some tension on that, really put some tension on it, you can still move it, and we can still undo it. Right guys, so the first corner should make this long crease in the centre, and it should be pulled so that the angle is a straight line from that corner up to that part of the ridge line, and should be all the way followed to the ground. This ensures a good steep angle and a good way to shed water. So when your tarp is set up guys, this is kind of what you're looking for. Summer, these angles are perfect. You can even have this higher up to let some air under when it's really hot. This is kind of my ideal spot. It's all pulled out tight, which means it's going to shed rain if it does rain. There's no sags. We're actually utilising the anti-gutter corners you see there, and we've not pulled it too tight that we're going to rip it if we walk into the guy lines. Right guys, so the view from underneath, you can see the tarp is taut on both sides. We have plenty of room, whether we're sleeping on the floor or setting up our hammock. plenty of width, space, so if it does rain it won't splash in on us, and you've got loads of living space, and that's only using a 3x3 tarp.